Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Daisy Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the south side is the Yellow Will, got Chan Cho. Still have no idea how to pronounce his name. Spawn on the north side is a blue GreyfieldGuy. We have Greyfield. When it comes to COs, Greyfield of course has been buffed from the cartridge counterpart, reduced spawning cost of 30%, 3 radius, 30-60-60. And all units get plus 10+10. Naval units, seaplanes, and battlecopters get additional 10% offense and 40% defense, which is Wayland level defense, but for battlecopters and seaplanes only, and the occasional battleship you may see on this map. And for superpower, of course, provides 10% plus 10+10, but also recovers all fuel, ammo, and materials. All naval units, battlecopters, and seaplanes get additional plus 10, plus 40%. Temporary reports and temporary seaports can deploy unweighted units, including seaplanes. Will is unchanged for the cartridge battle counterpart. Standard boarding cost 2 radius, 30-60-60. All units get plus 10+10. All direct ground units get additional plus 20% offense. And for superpower, gets plus 2 movement range. So, let's go and get started. Let's see, I still can't get over the Sprite Mare Nay versus Dead for sure intro. I am not sure what you're referring to. It must be something about the Fog of War stuff. I'm guessing you're talking about Chrome Verde, this map here. Either way, we do have this map is a 3-base map, 1 airport in the corner on the weak side. Comm tower is also next to the HQ. If that gets captured, probably already lost the game. Ah, howdy. I am horrible when it comes to names. I guess Fimbulwinter with a capital 1 is somewhat cold-like. But when I think of Fimbulwinter, I think of Age mythology. We do have the first spike by Will. Got triple infantry here. Got it. More infantry by Will, saving 3,000 funds. Greyfield has 9,000, so he could go for a tank this turn. Goes for a mech. And artillery and commit space skip. I was expecting a tank, not a mech and artillery. Tank, infantry, bike. Comm tower could be captured, but not being captured first. There we go. Not like there's any fights there. Greyfield seals an artillery piece. That's interesting. You see here, he only gets the plus from the CO benefits and also plus 10+10. So the artillery is not too special at the moment. Definitely a cheaper option than COing the tank. It is also on the weak side, so it can actually buff the battlecopters to come out, so that maybe his plan to have nearby battlecopter buff them while also being in a somewhat usable platform. And if battlecopter gets hit by a anti-air, the artillery could be in range. Definitely interesting. There's some play there. Oh, it's GreyfieldGuy's signature CO unit. Oh, I guess we'll find out how well he does it. He does also have a rig over here to help rig the game. Also can help carry this mech. He's go for a CO already. Oh, fair enough. I think of most time I see most Greyfields I usually see them load up a battlecopter, which is quite understandable since they're just as durable as Wayland's battlecopters. Does get a tank on the fields. Boost for the mech, he can pull out a temporary report over here, get some ambush spawns. Overall, ambush spawn battlecopters I think are generally the best just because they're cheap, but seaplanes are still excellent. Will's now 13 energy, Greyfield is at 10. Oh, that infantry is now in range. All the artillery strike. Nope, gets trapped and exploded. I suppose CO unit can, CO artillery can one-shot infantry, though I probably should slow down and see how much damage it can do versus a unit on top of 2 defense stars. Enough to one-shot infantry unit there. I wonder if that's luck roll though. It is, of course, fully vetted in +10/+10. Guess we'll find out soon enough. He drops the capture down there by pushing forward. He does put the temporary airport there in that open spot there. How fitting. He does spot the rig there. Got, of course, tank and recon over here. He has some mechs in reserve, but not into many fantastic spots. Well, we'll see how strong our CO'd artillery is versus the infantry in a mountainside. Actually does a fair amount of damage. With 2 less defense stars, it was a reliable one-shot now, wasn't it? Yeah, he's doing very well with the CO artillery, much more than I expected. 30 energy versus 22 does deploy out the temporary airport. And nothing more temporary than permanent than something that's temporary. It also does hide the rig there, so it has to be spotted. It does provide both air and ground hiding. Does get spotted there. I think as well, Greyfield should try keep this airport occupied, prevent it from going down. Because if he gets superpower, he can bring in a whole sortie of aircraft in melee. Will goes for Duster for the sortie. Get some good power charge there. 48 energy. Wonder if he should have focused on the other infantry and that gets more power charge going. Maybe could have been a better play. By the way, good amount of damage there. Infantry max before tank hits the recon. Will has his tank, another tank, and a battlecopter here. Tank. 51 energy. 53 energy. He can deploy out his superpower next turn. He did do a almost full spin last turn, so has only 5,000 bank. Oh yeah, there's this guy here. Oh, actually, that could trap the Duster. Will does pop a superpower late this turn. Allow him to push forward. Duster does not find the infantry there. Is he going to trap the bomber? I wonder how easy for Will to actually mouse over that infantry unit there and get trapped. Deletes the gunboat. And now he has his superpower deployed in the field. He has the airport in his hands. And unlike Andy, he knows what the airport is. Battlecopter. Sacks that unit there, sacks that unit there. He still have 19,000. You go for does use battlecopter strike, battlecopter goes for another battlecopter strike the infantry unit there. 1,000 funds remaining. Maybe he could have kept that battlecopter on top of the temporary airport. Oh well. Duster to strike the battlecopter. Does sack it, does not hit the infantry there. Greyfield may be a little bit of an incompetent commander, but he's at least not Andy. Not Greyfield guy, I'm talking about the personality of the CEO himself. Anti-air tank. Double Duster by Will. Takes out the flare. Battlecopter hits the tank there. The artillery has taken a bit of a beating, but luckily it's more of a unit just want to keep in the back line, keep safe. Either way, joins the battlecopters, hits the duster. But it's not done and dusted. I'm going to say that joke way too often. Anti-air tank. And the artillery does actually pull back quite far. He's at 51 energy, pretty close to another superpower. The rig has not deployed out another temporary airport. Deletes that unit there, whatever it was. Bomber strikes the tank there. CO tank hits anti-air, which did use a scout of the battlecopter. Flare hits flare. Duster heading up north. Tank, medium tank, T-copter, and infantry. Greyfield has 51 energy, nothing in range, so he's got to push forward and get at least 9 energy within range. That's 8, so maybe go and try to get towards that recon. Put it right here, I'm guessing. Puts on that city. So it looks like he will not get a lot of power charge this turn. Does get trapped by the 1 health Mac, that's not great. Does take a Will's tank there. And that's all energy he'll get. He'll get 3 energies this turn. Anti-air tank, answer 107, Will's turns 108, so he has about a full turn advantage. Takes the battlecopter there. Bomber hits the artillery, hits the anti-air. Right now he needs a ambush spawned fighter or seaplane to deal with that bomber. Maybe go for his own sortie of dusters. Battlecopter, tank, and anti-air. Oh, there's the superpower. I think a fighter. No, a fighter would be double tapped by the dusters. You may want to try some joins to get some money back. He doesn't have too much money in the bank. Well, right now it's 27,000 versus 23,000. I don't know. Maybe 1 seaplane. Full fighter. Does not take out the bomber. Oh. Was that? Oh, maybe just want to interrupt the capture. So that tank there. It's a flare. He says his full health anti-air over here. Can Charlie strike this duster here? Ends turn of 102, Will starts turn 90 after repairs. Some good shots over here. And maybe ready to sack the 7 health duster into the fighter. Get some damage on that fighter. Bomber takes out 2 health tank there. Hits the mech instead. Yeah, so probably avoid pulling out more air units. T-copter's probably fine enough. It would definitely make a fighter overextend if it's trying to chase down a T-copter. Takes out the bomber, hits the duster. I mean, the amount of dusters in the field, he probably did skimp out a decent amount of anti-airs. We do have an a couple anti-airs over here he has to be careful of. Over here, there's nothing to stop a fighter to claim air superiority. Will could eye for a missile. Does not take out the mech there. The mech wins twice. I don't know why, that seemed a little bit too funny to me. Mech, medium tank, and battlecopter. He does have, of course, a couple T-Coppers who can make mech play work a little bit better. He does have 26,000 income versus 24. Tank, tank, tank. Fighter falls back to the APC. Oh, he had a hero's death, that's for sure. Gets in range of the command artillery. That artillery has a target-rich environment in front of it. A little bit too rich, honestly. Though not rich enough for power of money. Okay, so the E-tier there. Will ends the turn of 129 versus 99, so Will still has about a full turn advantage. Got a couple of strikes in medium tank. It's the anti-air. It's the anti-air. It's the artillery. Maybe the one health battlecop should fall back to the temporary airport. Does fall back to the temporary airport. Fighter, just keep at bay. Fighters have my mobility, so it can at least fall back, or just protect his artillery. Because fighters can simply flap around above a missile platform to keep away medium tanks. That's how that works, right? Which actually is somewhat realistic for battlecopters, depending how low they are, or helicopters in general, in order to prevent movement underneath it. Because have you ever stood underneath a helicopter before? The last time I stood was underneath a helicopter was a Black Hawk, and it was, well, intense, to say the least. We were doing some trainings with cargo nets and all that sort. Good hits there on those forces. GreyfieldGuy has another CO power available. Maybe save some monies. Flare tank didn't save much money. I would say go for infantry or recons. Skimp out to get a bigger sortie going. He only has the one temporary airport right now. Usually Greyfield has like 5 because of one brig. But only one right now. Oh, not to mention, speaking about downdraft from aircraft, there's also one reason why hover cars probably won't exist. Because the downdraft would be significant. And everything underneath it would be not really standing all too well. Constant hurricane winds, effectively. For those who are metric, maybe I should say typhoon. Yeah. Medium, or got another rocket artillery. Could deploy a temporary airport there, but just probably meant to pick up the mech. It's the infantry unit here. Anti-air, and flare. Mech is a good strike on the anti-air. Looks like we got a bit of a front line being salvaged by both sides. Greyfield still has a superpower available. Maybe with the front line sort of being salvaged like this, maybe he should get another temporary airport over here. There's another artillery, infantry, and artillery. Infantry, rocket, and artillery. Will's trying to push it forward, closing distance. Got some good hits across the front line. With the amount of battlecopters in the field, it's probably a good idea to go for ambush spawn battlecopters. Those live off the side at the moment. Probably can pick off any target on the farther edge, though. 148 versus 148. Will still has his day-to-day income, so he still has a full turn advantage. But now it's Greyfield's turn, and he does not have to worry about distance all too much. The only thing that's going to be out of range is this mech. And everything in the back line, of course. Pops the superpower, tank hits anti-air, mech hits tank, anti-air hits battlecopter gets hit by fighter. Takes another battlecopter, tank hits tank hits tank hits command tank, ambush spawn bomber takes out Will's command tank. Bomber straddle jets in and takes out the Seagull unit. Infantry and double base skip. Anti-air does strike the bomber, but thinks, oh no, he doesn't. He only gets plus some defense because it's not a battlecopter or a seaplane. Gets trapped there, probably from this tank. Tank, and mech. 25,000 income versus 25,000 income, 126, 125, so pretty even. Bomber can fall back to temporary airport, takes another battlecopter. That fighter's now in fully vetted. I don't think it's ace just yet. I think he has, what, 4 kills, not 5 kills? Nope, that was his 3rd kill. Look at my delayed streams, notice I only had 2 kills beforehand. Oh well. Tank, battlecopter, and infantry. Looks like this mech will flip that property. Hits the fighter there. Mech. Tank, and battlecopter. Does take out those units, takes out the anti-air, takes out the medium tank. Hits the flare, tank. Will's down to 89 for 137. Of course, still is day-to-day, so it's still only slightly behind at the moment. Another mech. Rocket takes out the unit there. Artillery takes out the unit there. Gets trapped by the artillery. I'm assuming not by the bomber. Excuse me. By the bomber. Helicopter's down 25 fuel. Could have probably moved the artillery a little bit over to let that rocket in range to get a bit of power charge going. Same thing with that shot there. I was just going to keep an eye on forest, which is an okay option as well. Keep it nice and hidden. Another mech here. And could have got some power charge there if that's the end location of the artillery. Rig, flare, and battlecopter as well. Well, this tank could be hit pretty hard. That tank goes down, that tank gets hit. This tank finishes off that tank. Right now, Greyfield's at 56 energy versus 22. And the only thing, actually, Greyfield can get his superpower this turn. The rocket is in range of the tank there, which will give enough power charge. He can now pull out his superpower. Does not. Got another tank. Tank, and flare. Does spot the rockets. And Will's rocket is actually getting low on ammo. Has 2 ammo remaining. Does get trapped there. Hits the mech. Bomber is hidden. Nothing in range to deal with that battlecopter moment. The fighter has to make its way back over here. Artillery mech fighter. Pop superpower. So maybe we'll see something to strike that battlecopter. Battlecopter strike battlecopter. No, battlecopter hits mech. Yeah, 7,000 funds. You can always go for ambush T-copter. How damning. It actually takes time to shoot the battlecopter. Oh, joins to get enough money to get another battlecopter. Not to mention, yeah, it just joins to get another battlecopter there. Also, I was not expecting that. Of course, he does get a resupply across the front line, so anything that was running low on ammo is very nice. Very handy for limited ammo things, such as seaplanes. If he had any seaplanes. Does take out the rocket. Meteor, tank. Does move his rock or CO artillery there. Gets some good shots on that medium tank. Takes out the battlecopter. Gets trapped. Got a fighter in range as well. That fighter can hit that fighter, no problem. Needs a bit of a surround. If mech moves right there, that would be great. It did not move there. If this tank can move right here, that would be great. Joins there. Tank hits the artillery. Going for another temporary airport. It's the T-copter. So either the fighter or the bomber may go down, although I think the max efficiency there. Oh, is something running out of fuel? That T-copter may have ran out of fuel. Don't remember how much fuel it had left. Fighter does take out or put a good around the bomber and is occupied the HQ preventing capture, such as from this infantry unit. The 8 health fighter will have trouble taking it out. T-copter lands right there. I guess that was a different unit that exploded. There's a flare. Greyfield's at 28 energy. Hits the artillery, hits the mech. Ah, a T-copter ran dry. I guess he had just had another one. I was looking at the wrong one. The max fed fighter should probably hit the full health fighter. Does. Technically one. Bomber falls back in temporary airport. Tank, mech, and battlecopter. Duster does manage to strike the fighter, or battlecopter. T-copter finds the bomber on top of the temporary airport. Blue's maximum veterancy fighter will win the dogfight. Duster could clean up though. Tank, T-copter. Answer for 81 versus 138. Bomber takes out the 3 elf tank there. 46 energy. Takes out the T-copter. I'm pretty sure this fighter's now an ace with 5 kills underneath its belt. Tank, mech. Duster interrupts the capture. Fighter does take out a battlecopter. mech battlecopter, artillery, and looks like just using indirects to slow down Greyfield's advance. Flare does spot some stuff. Push Force is command tank or artillery, 47 energy, plenty targets in front of him so he can get his superpower this turn. I guess he is still alive there. He can actually potentially escape now. I've not been keeping attention to that thing there, but it's still there, providing a small amount of intel. Tank, and mech. There's another temporary report there if needed. He does spot the 5 health infantry this time. Don't know if he spotted that earlier. He hasn't run into it. 60 energy available for Greyfield. Greyfield pops a superpower, bombs the unit there. With the spotting, takes it out as well. So 500 infantry unit managed to take out the battlecopter. Clean sweep over there. Battlecopter takes out the mech. He has infantry unit not 2 turns away from the HQ. Hits the artillery that's maximum efficiency. Takes out the max vet. Seaplane strikes Duster. And this one has plus 50% defense. Infantry, and commit space skip. And Will has resigned. This Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.